like to welcome everyone to the E2RED Net.
안녕하세요. 캐나다 아마추어 원사 빅토르 에코2 엑스레이 호텔 리마입니다. 저는 아시는 바와 같이 캐나다 퀘벡주 몬트리올에 살고 있습니다. 다들 마찬가지시겠지만 저도 저희 몬트리올 지역에 있는 아마추어 무선 클럽에 속해 있습니다. 그리고 요즘같이 코로나로 저희가 월별 모임을 갖지 못하고 있어서 매주 수요일 날마다 저희 클럽의 2m 리피터 넷이 상당히 침묵을 도모하는데 도움을 주고 있습니다. 그래서 오늘은 지난 2021년 12월 29일 날 있었던 저희 2m 리피터 넷을 소개시켜 드리도록 하겠습니다. Before I go any further, first I would like to thank Montreal Amateur Radio Club members who are on the net to allow me to use our discussion for my YouTube video channel. And I would like to give special thanks to Leo, V2SI, to organize all these nets and then help me with this video. Thank you.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the E2RED Net. This is Leo, V2SI, V2 Sierra India. For the duration of the net, I'll be using the club call sign, VE2ARC, Victor Echo 2 Alpha Romeo Charlie. This is a directed net. We'll take check-ins with traffic. We'll check for stations with traffic for other stations, and then we'll check for regular check-ins into the net. This net meets regularly every Wednesday at 8 p.m. local time. This repeater has a plus 600 kilohertz tone, plus 600 kilohertz offset, and requires a 103.5 hertz tone. It also has a timer, a timeout timer, which times out after about 3 minutes, or a little longer maybe, but hopefully no one, me included, will make their transmissions that long. I'll just let the repeater recycle. The repeater timer resets when the repeater carrier drops, not when you let go of the transmit button. You have to hear the repeater carrier drop out in order for the timer to reset. I'll just let it reset now. And that has reset the timer. Do we have any stations with traffic for other stations? Please just give me your call sign. Okay, do we have any stations, just general check-ins into the net? Please just give me your call sign. VE2MTD. E2WRH. VA2SKR. VA2LEQ. Dave, VE2MPD, Wayne, VE2WRH, Pete, VA2FKR, and Lee, VA2LEQ. Do we have any other check-ins? We acknowledge Nora, VA2NH, and we do check for check-ins throughout the net. But if you're listening and wondering about joining in, well, pick up the microphone and give us your 2 cents. We'll check throughout the net. Before we continue on, do we have any other check-ins for the net?
VE2XHL.
Victor Alpha 2, Kilo Whiskey Tango.
Okay, I think that was Young, if I got it right, VE2 X-Ray Hotel Lima, you can correct me if I'm wrong, and Philip, VA2 KWT. Do we have any other check-ins? Okay, I think we can start with that. Young, how has your week been? Full of radioactivity, as it were, or other activity? VE2XHL, VE2ARC.
VE2ARC, VE2XHL. Actually, in my case, I built the antenna out of speaker wire, and I spoke to BA2LEQ Sunday. So, and actually, I'm still using the that speaker wire antenna right now. That's what I've been doing last week and until now, back to net.
Oh, that sounds good, and it's certainly working well. You have a very nice signal into the signal. Signal into the repeater. Very nice signal into the repeater. I think my hay fever's gone up from my nose into my brain. Have a nice signal into the repeater, and if ever COVID goes away, we could have a giant antenna measuring day when those who are interested could bring their antennas over, and I could set up a little bit of an antenna test range outside, and maybe here, or even we could find a park, we could do it in the city, and those who built antennas could get some quantitative measurements of their performance, how they compare one to the other. Be interesting to do, maybe. For today's subject, something that you can sort of stretch out your legs and just think a little bit. This is an easy one. No math, no physics, no nothing, and it can be a little bit aspirational, I guess, if you wish. And aspirational is not a bad thing. What would we like to do? The question of the day is, so what do you see as your amateur radio activities in 2022? Are you going to try some new amateur radio activities in 2022? Every now and again we can plan, we have maybe big plans, put up a tower, but maybe they're just a little simpler, and just try and do a little more, or maybe just a little more of the same, or be more active in the same. But do you have what activities do you foresee for yourself? Young, do you foresee anything new for yourself in amateur radio activities in 2022 coming up shortly? VE2XHL, VE2ARC.
VE2ARC, VE2XHL. The next year to 2022, I would like to try some parks on the air or summits on the air, and that's what I'm trying to do for next year. Back to net.
And that sounds like a very fun and satisfying goal. There are a number of people active in that, and COVID permitting, I guess, COVID conditions permitting, it can be an activity for a small group, 2 or 3, or again, it's something you can do on your own, I know. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for coming on to the net, and this is the last net of 2021. We can hope that 2022 will be better, and maybe some of the hopes and aspirations for activities that were expressed this evening will come through and to fulfillment in 2022. If not, that's okay. We carry them forward, and they stay with us, and these are things that we can do in coming years. And hope everybody has a very good and happy New Year, and hope to see you again a week from today when we welcome in 2022 with the first net of 2022. So thank you all, 73s, and Happy New Year to everyone. Hope it's a safe and a healthy New Year, and hopefully COVID begins to disappear. Certainly we've all had enough of it, I think. With that, I'll let go of the repeater and go back to using my own call sign, VE2 Sierra India and VE2 ARC clear.
코로나로 이렇게 사람을 만나기 어려운 시기에 이러한 2미터 넷은 많은 도움이 된다고 생각합니다. 지금까지 몬트리올 아마추어 라디오 클럽 2미터 넷을 들어주셔서 감사합니다. 그리고 다시 한번 많은 도움을 주신 몬트리올 아마추어 라디오 클럽 멤버들과 V2SI 리오에게 감사드립니다. Thanks again for all the Montreal Amateur Radio Club members to help me make this video. And thanks, special thanks to Leo for organizing all the weekly nets. 73s.